Good morning, good day, and good evening. How you doing, people? Once again, we are going to continue a bit with the game jam here. It is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream today, but I was planning we should see if we maybe can get the inventory system to work a bit more as we want it to. Oh yeah, I also... Funny thing, we have talked a bit about this whole thing with this game having quite a bit of jump scares, which might not be great, because not everyone enjoys jump scares. And I just realized it's quite easy for me to just make a little bit of a jump scare warning though. Like, rather than putting it in the title or constantly having to mention it, why don't I just program a jump scare warning? Doesn't that make more sense? So we just make a little jump scare warning is equal to false, and then temporary jump scare warning. Public void, we are going to... What would one do? Like, enable jump scare warning. And what exactly is this going to do? This will say something like, if... It's only if the game has started, because otherwise the monster isn't actually active. So if game started and jump scare warning, then like jump scare warning object dot set active true. And if either of those is not the case, then we do the complete opposite. We do need a object as well though. So if this is not the case, then jump scare warning object dot set active false. What is this? No, true. I don't know, that's the only thing I find with the IntelliSense. It seems that it doesn't always do exactly what you would want it to do. Like sometimes it picks, like there, I was typing true, but it set it to some fucking true type font importer, which doesn't make full sense, but I don't know. Okay, so jump scare object. I think how we're gonna do this is we just go to... We have the test light here. Let's duplicate this. We might actually keep the light as well, but we change the text to jump scare. What should we say? Something like so. Test light on. Can I do strokes in this? Is that possible? I'm actually not sure. Oh no, I can't. Oh yeah, this is a bit weird how Unity does it actually. I'm not entirely sure why this is the case. I can make strokes and I change a bunch of shit for the font The only weird thing is that will change every single object that uses the same font. That I actually do find a bit weird. Let's do a black UI image and just put it like this. This is just a temporary thing anyway. Boom, something like so. I hope these don't block raycasts, do they? Raycast target. Let's make sure that is set to off. Boom. I'm gonna call this warning. So this is the main reason why we do this is just because I don't want to constantly take people by surprise and jump scare them. To be fair, like I've said before, we are developing a horror game, so I mean it kinda makes sense that there is a possibility of someone getting jump scared every now and then, but... Okay, boom. Then the only annoying thing now is that if we turn this off, if this is set to start, the jump scare warning will why does it not turn on? Game started. Oh, jump scare warning needs to be on as well. Now it should automatically... What the fuck? Hey, wait. Why is this not working? Oh, because we're never calling this function, of course. So, let's make a start function. And if that stuff is set up from the beginning, then always check whether we're gonna enable it. Otherwise... we have to do it, I guess, from the monster somehow, so we don't want to do it in an update function. I could do it with one other bool, because we don't want to enable it every single frame, that's annoying, but we do need to somehow check whether... because sometimes I start the game and then I select a bool, which is a bit, you know, it's not actually going to call this function. Is it something we only call once? Or maybe we should make a bool to enable the monster. Because right now it technically doesn't ever check that, it just checks whether or not the game is over. It checks if the game has started, and then if the game isn't over, it starts doing shit. Maybe it should check if the game has started and the monster is enabled, maybe? Or like monster active, let's call it that. Let's make a new... this can actually be private? Yeah. private bool monster active. And what we're gonna do is like then here we don't actually need to turn off the game object. We can always have the game object active, but instead we just say monster active equals false. And then we make a new one to enable monster, which is going to say that monster active is equal to true. Now, void update, check if the game has started and monster is active. So if the monster isn't set to active, it will never start. Let's make sure that this is always set to false from the beginning. I do think that's the default value anyway, but let's be a bit redundant here. And then I guess in the game manager we can do something like game started is technically the one that enables the monster. Is it enable? No, wait, we have a game over function. Let's make a start game function. And in void start, we're always going to try starting the game. So can you make a button in the inspector? Does that actually work? Unity button in inspector. Like have one that's actually not in the scene. You can use a bool field and read its value on validate. Execute the action and then set the bool back to false. Or you can create a custom inspector for your component. Okay. Let's only have a public void to start the game. Game started is whether or not the monster is activated as of now, but we did make a new bool for that. Game initiated is whether or not you can use the flashlight. That one I do think I always keep on. So what I think we're gonna do is to, if you start game, then game initiated should be true. Game started should be true. And then, let's see, game initiated, game started. Public bool, let's make one called activate monster. And here we do like, if activate monster, then monster.instance.enable monster. And then, not if game has started, but if Yeah, here we check if the monster is active. So after that we can do another check if we use the jump scare warning. And if that case, we set that true. If active monster, and if we don't have an active monster, maybe we can be a bit redundant and say monster.instance.disable monster just to make sure. And then here we can also... Oh yeah, wait. If activate monster, monster.instance enable monster. Otherwise we disable the monster. Can we not do this instead? We remove all of this and then we say jump scare warning object dot set active will be the same. No, wait. We will do if jump scare warning, then set jump scare warning object to the same as activate monster. Because if that is true, it's going to show the jump scare warning. If it isn't, it won't. No, yeah, we don't even need to... shouldn't need to do any of that. Okay, I think this should be enough. Now, all we're gonna do is make a little bit of a button. Let's make this pretty small. Oh, maybe I should have scaled it instead. Nah, that's fine. Boom, now we manually have to start the game. So, if we just start it like this, it should be fine, because he will never be enabled. Look at the game manager. Let's see, we can actually keep game started off. That will be initiated automatically. Jump scare warning object. Jump scare warning is on. So if we select activate monster and then press start, then it doesn't work. Oh, just game... It might be a good thing to bind the actual button. Just maybe. Just maybe. You should start game. Okay. So now, if we press this one, potential jump scare incoming. Let's go. And if we deactivate that one, press start, it doesn't show up because the monster is not active. Okay, now we have a dynamic jump scare warning. Let's see, warning. Do you still have a light? You do. Let's remove the light. And make sure that the text is not a... I don't think it is. Yeah, that's visible. Good. Okay, sweet. Should we try maybe... The only thing, I did do a little bit of work after last stream, as per usual. Not really a lot. All we did was... I did try moving back a few more of the items, since if you saw the last stream, you might know that we fixed some of the UI scaling, but that kind of ended up messing up some of the positioning and stuff. Oh, what's this? Pop-ups? Oh, yeah. This is... Oh. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Now, oh yeah, I don't think I fixed all of the items though. Let's see, room, objects. I did realize I really should have done this earlier, because now it's way easier to actually put stuff in the correct position as well. Because if we take something like the... What's the inventory? Game UI, inventory button. Before, it would be kind of hard to figure out what the correct position should be. Now, if I just somewhat put this in the right place, we can see that this is supposed to be a full number. Let's see, X, whoops. Okay, never mind, it doesn't actually fully work. Are you not set to the right size? You are scaling, that should be fine. Because here, if I do 3.5, that should line up perfectly. I don't know why this one doesn't. Oh no, wait, I think it might be fine. Ah, almost. Okay, never mind, I thought it was gonna be easy to line stuff up. Maybe that's not always the case. Let's see. You go back there. Check this one. That looks pretty nice. I think this is gonna be a good way of handling the inventory. I do, however, think we have an issue with our... Because I'm pretty sure that if we pick up the key, it's still going to become too big. Yeah, I think that's because the actual prefab itself hasn't been updated with the new scale, so that will be fixed. Because if we go in to, let's see, trapdoor key, inventory, and then we apply all overrides. There we go. Sweet. And this is what I talked about before. The reason I think that this the UI for the inventory system might be a bit cool is the fact that you're actually gonna need, if you pick something up, you actually kinda need to use the flashlight to look in your inventory, which I think is going to make it feel a little bit more scary and kind of realistic in some regard, since if the room is dark you would need the light to check your inventory as well. But also, speaking of light, I think we decided to keep the lights completely off. Yeah, this is even spookier. Okay. Let's see, what other objects do we have that we haven't fixed? I do think the cupboard is fully functioning, as far as I know. That does seem to look right. Yeah. Oh, something odd happened with the trapdoor here. Or has it been that? Oh yeah, I think it's just activated the wrong way. Trapdoor open, deactivate, big rug, activate, U, deactivate. There we go. Table with cloth. This one is fucked up. You're gonna take the table, make sure you are positioned in the 0, and you are indeed. Now we just have to fix this stuff. So, what do? We take the cloth and we are gonna position you here, 15 in height. And then where's the middle? Let's make sure, should this be half or full number? It should be a full number, so not a float. So if we put you at 1, that looks pretty much perfect. We activate this one. I think you were supposed to be this height and... No. That's not right. 0.5. There we go. And then over here. That looks pretty much right. Oh yeah, I think I decided how I want to handle the spawning of objects as well, because like I have explained before, I do think I actually want the I do want the objects to not always appear in the same place, so that it's a little bit random, like where the key might end up in the scene, because it adds a bit of replayability. Even though this isn't like a full-on roguelike, I feel like it still adds some valuable replayability if someone actually enjoys the game. Replaying it wouldn't be the complete same experience. And I figured out one way we can actually handle that as a more dynamic way without making it too difficult. I think we can actually, because now the issue is that since these are like prefabs, if I try to take like the trapdoor key and put it in this cupboard, it's going to say that I can't do it because this is a prefab. So I have to basically unpack the entire prefab every time I want to put an item in it. And it becomes like a little bit tedious manual labor, you know? So what I think we're gonna do is that we can actually set up spawn points on each object. And then
Raka is forcing you to stand up for 10 minutes.
What's up, Raka? How you doing, man? Let's do it. No channel points jams here anymore. If you ask for it, we shall provide. It's a tad bit too slow. I feel a little bit weird every time I do this. Perfect. How you doing, Raka? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, basically I think that picking a specific pixel as the spawn point of this object would be a good way of handling it, because then we can just have maybe like a spawn point manager or something where we can like dynamically set up where stuff is going to spawn and just pick that specific pixel to be the spawn point. Because if I just say that an object should spawn, like, if we take this tablecloth for example, we would need it to spawn between the table and the cloth as a child object, so that it's hidden by the cloth, but that wouldn't actually say the position. So what I think we can do is that we can create like a 1 pixel big spawn point, make like a spawn point script, and put that on each object where we potentially want stuff to spawn. And it should line up perfectly. I think that will be a good way of handling it. Mine's the same speed. Yeah, to be fair, it couldn't be much faster, because if it was, I would probably end up like, I don't know about you guys, but I have one of these like basically triple monitor stands. So I have a stand that's like stuck in the table holding all 3 of my monitors. And not gonna lie, if I start going like up and down with the desk, I see all my monitors like shaking a little bit. So if it was tricky, I would probably fucking shake off my monitors, which wouldn't be great, if we're being honest. How you doing, Raka? No Thursday stream yesterday. I did see though, you posted something on your Discord, you had some other stuff to do. It happens, it happens. Good for aesthetics, but I went with 3 separate stands for practicality. What practicality are you referring to? Because I feel like it's less practical. I mean, I suppose maybe you can actually position them more. I mean, my arms are pretty good because it's like, I think each arm has like 3 different, you know, what would you call it? Like points of adjustability. Yeah, primarily the positioning freedom, yeah. So yeah, mine on the sides, I feel like I can actually position freely. The main thing, obviously, that I can't change too much is the height. And then for the center monitor, how far away it is. That is a little bit stuck, which can be annoying. Sometimes I would like the monitor to be slightly closer to me, because I have quite of a deep desk. But overall, I'm happy with it. I think the main thing that's really fucking nice about having one single stand is that it's so fucking easy to clean the desk, because I don't have like the desk becomes very clean with it, which is kind of what I wanted. But yeah, I can see some advantages to actually having separate stands. But you also use 3 monitors then. 3 monitor gang, let's go. Yeah, I recorded my PC build, but I haven't made a video on it yet. Another work in progress. Ah, I see. Damn. Fucking hell, I'm hyped though. Seems like there might be quite a few Red Raka videos coming out in the future. Okay, this is not entirely correct positioned. I think... Let's see, maybe you should be 5. Nope, you should be 4.5, and you should be 3. That did not look right. Absolutely not. Wait, was it -3? Minus 3.5? No. Minus 2.5. There we go. Yeah, this is what I mean. Now the positioning is much easier. It's just depending on whether I have an even or uneven width and height of the object, it always ends up being 1.5 here. So this number now, since we fixed the scaling, actually refers to the pixels in the scene, which makes positioning way easier as well. I don't have to try and perfectly line them up with like a float value of like 5 decimals for it to be perfect. It's so much easier. Why didn't I do this sooner? I don't understand. I am actually a bit ashamed of myself. I should have just fucking gone ahead and done this immediately. Just look here. This is... that's not good. That's not good. I guess you maybe should be 0.5 and you should be a perfect 9. Look! Perfectly positioned immediately. The same thing here, I can kinda roughly put it where I want, and then all we do is make sure that this seems like it should be a half value, And this should be a full value, perfect position. Easy peasy. When it comes to... Oh wait, hopefully I think we spoke about this, but I've got to accept when it comes to game dev, I need to push stuff out, sacrifice trying to get close to a perfect video. When it comes to video, okay, yeah. Need to push stuff out and sacrifice trying to get it close to perfect video. But same applies to game dev. Pretty much true, or anything. Indeed it does. Yeah, I do think I had the same issue where like, I think for example the reason why my first ever devlog, like what would be my first game dev related video, the main reason why that isn't out is the same thing. Because I make it into too big of a thing, and in my head it's like, I need to try and get this video to be perfect. But like you said, with that mentality, you end up like never fucking finishing it. Because you can always like fine-tune little minute things forever, and exactly, it's scope management, that's what it is. And what is up, Temp 10th? How are you doing? Good morning, man. Or good day, or good evening, whatever it is for you. How's it going? It's going good, it's going good. Fixing some of the positioning again since we messed up the scaling a little bit. And then the plan is today will be a bit of a shorter stream, but I think we're gonna maybe try getting the inventory system to kinda work as it should, because it would be nice to have that fixed. But I'm feeling really good about this game so far, and I did mention this before. I think I've decided that I think I'm actually going to make this into a full game, so basically use this game jam version, maybe have that be like the first demo of the game, and then probably make a full Steam release and start working on like a full experience of the game. I'm doing good, thanks, nice to hear, man, glad to hear it. The vase, this one is messed up since we changed the positioning. At least if you look at the fallen vase. I feel like this is a bit far, maybe you don't need to actually throw it across the entire room. Let's see, let's start off making sure that you have the same position. You are at 0, 0, that's good. And I think, how would this fall? It would be... Let's see, that pixel would end up hitting here. That pixel would it be like this, maybe? No, I think this makes more sense, doesn't it? Let's try this one in game and see how it works. Let's place you like over here or something. Is the music a bit loud? Okay, I don't think I lined that up correctly, did I? No, I didn't. It's fine. Okay, flashlight on. That looks fine, doesn't it? A little bit loud? Thank you. Maybe it's low now instead. It's a bit annoying because I would like to have finer adjustment on that. I mean, I guess I actually could do it with the volume mix instead. That's probably a better idea. Yeah, speaking of recording PC builds, I was thinking about doing something similar and actually making like a little recording of the build of this computer. But I ended up not really doing it, and it would have been anticlimactic since I do have issues with the computer now. Which, my fucking RAM memory, it's so annoying. It keeps on being a bit messed up and I don't really know what to do about it. I mean, this kinda looks right though, doesn't it? But not when I zoom out. Huh. No, wait, this is not right. That's taller than this is. The Y positioning, maybe you should be Interesting. This is not... So what, 75? No, 25. Huh. Okay, I don't know why that is happening. Are the pixel sizes the same? They look right. But this is... That's clearly too high up. This should be something like... here maybe? Okay, who cares? We will leave it for now. Great. Let's see, you are centered. The closed crate needs to be centered as well. You are indeed. Now we're gonna make sure that the open crate is positioned correctly as well. The height should be, looks to be -5. And this should be 4.5. That looks good. Then we have the base, or maybe not base, I guess we should call this inside. Yeah, I'm kinda hyped to get all of these like different puzzle pieces working, because then we can basically just start slowly but surely making the different puzzles, which I think, to be honest, might actually end up being the most difficult thing, because I mean, I can't say I'm very experienced in like puzzle making, you know? It's not really something I've practiced that much in my life. Huh. This is interesting. Why does some stuff not end up being... Because in the beginning it seemed like everything lined up perfectly with either whole or half numbers. This is not correct. That's like... what's that, like a fifth? So should this be like 0.2? Yeah. Huh. Interesting. And this looks to... that looks fine. Interesting, interesting. I wonder why that is. When it comes to RAM, I feel like the options to explore are 1. Identify resource-consuming processes in Task Manager. Yeah, that I have looked over and everything looks fine. Like, I even posted something on my Discord to show like the how my Task Manager actually looks, and I feel like it's completely okay. Let's see here, it was in the technical help one. So this was how it looked for me. And like, these numbers are not high, they are completely fine. But my memory still reaches 93. I feel like this does not add up to almost 32 gigabytes. It just shouldn't. So that should not be the issue. Update drivers. I think that could be the issue. I have tried... I need to start actually looking through, making sure I've updated all my drivers, because I do think that could be the issue. And just BIOS settings could be as well. Could very well be. Or for replace hardware. Yeah. I do think the next steps will be to try going over the different drivers I have. Because I have noticed that obviously restarting my computer doesn't actually help me. Like, a lot of the time I will restart my computer and it will start on like 80% RAM usage, which obviously is not the way it's supposed to be. However, as soon as I do anything, I guess I do something that like fully resets the RAM memory, because I probably do something that, like I said, I'm not great with computer science, but I assume it becomes more of a full reset when I do stuff like update Windows or update drivers or run Windows memory diagnostics. Because after I do either of those three, it's perfect. It works just as it should. I start the computer, it's been reset, and I have like, you know, 14% usage. like if I look now, because I did do a Windows update yesterday, now I'm on 52%. I feel like that's okay. That's definitely okay because I'm running Unity, I have multiple Firefox tabs open, I'm streaming on OBS, you know, there's quite a bit happening now. 50% I can deal with. That's not an issue. But then this starts like slowly ramping up, and that's why I don't know if it could be. I feel like that kind of points to the fact that it could be like a memory leak, I suppose. Because now, after I do like some form of update, it's fine, and then it slowly gets worse and worse until I like have to run memory diagnostics to like reset it again, you know. So I feel like maybe, because that could be a driver issue, right? If I have some hardware in my computer that's not fully updated, it could potentially be causing RAM issues, right? Firefox is taking 5000 megabytes for me at the moment alone, and I'm at 20 GB RAM consumption. Yeah, Firefox does seem to be a pretty big thing. Memory leak could also be related to a program. Oh yeah, it could be an actual software itself. I've also actually been thinking about that as well. Maybe I should try doing like a full reset of my computer again. It's a little bit annoying having to do, you know, but it might be worth actually trying. And I don't know, maybe if I should fucking go back to Windows 10, see if maybe it's some Windows 11 issue. To be fair, I wasn't that impressed by Windows 11, so, you know, if like I wouldn't really mind going back to Windows 10 as well. Because I have heard that Windows 11 did, at least before, have some memory issues as well. Yeah, I need to start actually, because the issue now is that I've kind of been procrastinating it. I feel like this is the worst thing for me when I find like a short-term solution. I have a very hard time actually trying to fix the root problem. Because now, it's annoying as fuck, because sometimes my computer basically crashes because you know, my memory gets like way too high. But like the short-term fix is that I just run Windows memory diagnostics. It takes 30 minutes and then everything works as it should for like the next 5 days. So I have like a short-term fix I can do, and I think that's bad for me as a person, because that makes me procrastinate actually fixing the issue. Because I know that, you know, if I just wait, it's gonna fix itself at some point, you know. Which obviously is not a good way of thinking about it. Oh, wait, I might know the issue why this stuff isn't lining up perfectly, because I moved the wrong object. Didn't I? Let's see if it makes a difference now. We put you here, then we go up like here. Yeah, that's gonna be a perfect half, and this is gonna be... Yeah, okay, that's the issue. Let's see, did I mess up the vase as well then? I mean, this... That looks right. This one is positioned at 0. I don't feel like this lines up correctly. Let's try doing this. If I place you here... Yeah, what's this? 9.1 in height. Huh. I don't know why that is. Okay, X value should be something and a half. Boom. And I guess you have to be like 10.1 then. That's interesting. Light switch. Oh, the lamp. We have to fix the lamp as well. You are positioned at 0. Oh yeah, this one is super easy. Everything should just be 0, right? Yeah. And then you should go like here. Maybe 78. Perfect. Vent is another one we have to fix. Let's see, this should be 0, 0, this should be 0, 0. Let's see how... 14, 6. That does look right. And I think that is officially all the objects repositioned correctly in the game. Sweet! It wasn't that bad, like, I really should have done this sooner. I really should have done this sooner. Let's check inventory. Okay, I think this is the issue. I've moved the entire inventory. I think if I position the inventory object in the middle of the scene, and then we set you to the UI width and height, which is 320 times 180, that is the native resolution. Now, if I take the inventory button, I think this is gonna work. Now this is gonna make sense. Position you here to get the values. So X should be whole number, Y should also be a whole number. So let's do like 2 pixels away from both. So 152, 82. That should be perfectly lined up. Is this the scaling issue resolved? It is indeed. And yeah, it's so much better because it didn't only fix the scaling issue, it also fixed the positioning issue, where positioning stuff is just way easier now. So yeah, I'm a little bit mad at myself for not fixing this sooner, not gonna lie, but oh well. You live and you learn, don't you? I don't like the inventory lining up with the ceiling here. I feel like it looks a little bit weird. I think we're gonna position it like here. A little bit further down than one might expect, but I feel like it looks better when it doesn't accidentally start lining up with the... What did we call these again? There was a name for it. Can I remember it? Language learning. If you can remember it, it actually gets stuck in your brain better. I don't think I can though. Let's see, this is the fucking golf list, the floor list. That's like a... And this is tak list in Swedish. I actually can't remember these fucking words. I never remember them. English... Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we have a skirting board or baseboard. That's this thing. And the one by the ceiling is called a cornice. Right, that's the name. If you remember, it gets stuck in your brain. No, I mean, that was a bad way of explaining it. If you can... If you have a word, like if you have known a word before, and it's like on the top of your mind, generally speaking, if you can take the time to actually re-remember the word, it kinda... How do you explain this? It makes like that pathway to that memory of the word stronger, if that makes sense. Well, compared to if you immediately go for like a dictionary to look up the word again. So I remember reading about this, and since then I usually try, if I have a word like on the tip of my tongue, I try to remember it myself, because I feel like for every time you do that, it gets a little bit more stuck in your brain. I mean that in the sense of like you will actually remember it more permanently, if that makes sense. Because if you look at stuff like flashcards and Anki-decks, that's kind of what they actually do. They show you something, you need to remember it, and then they're gonna wait a little bit longer until showing it to you the next time, and then showing it to you the next time. And for each one of the times where you have to like find the word in your brain, it kind of melts that word into your actual vocabulary. So I don't know if there's... I'm pretty sure there's science behind it, and for me at least I feel like it definitely works. Another thing is just to create more, even mnemonics where you have, you know, some way of remembering it. For example, I use a lot of that in like geography, where if you look at like Africa, you have like the small countries like Rwanda and Burundi. I don't know how to say it in English, I'm not even sure that's the correct name, but like the way I remember that is that I remember that Burundi is below Rwanda because Burundi sounds like bor under, which means lives under in Swedish. So like those mnemonics can work really well for learning stuff as well, I feel like. Same thing with the closer to you, you have like Yemen and Oman, Oman, I think the names are. The way I remember how those are positioned is because it's supposed to spell yo, you know? So that means that Yemen, the Y, is on the left, and Oman is on the right, because it spells yo. That's other little tricks I use to remember shit. I feel like that kind of stuff works really good, to be honest. Okay, let's see this now. If we pick up the key... Wait, we need the flashlights to be on. Boom. No, like, to be fair, I really think it makes a difference. I really think... I have a lot of those like weird ones that I use. Unfortunately, a lot of them are like based on Swedish, like Burundi, meaning lives under in Sweden. But there are a lot of those, like... what else am I using? I know I use a lot of them for like geography. Yeah, you also have Botswana in Africa, is very far south in Africa. So that one I remember because Botswana is close to bottom, so Botswana is in the bottom of Africa. And Namibia is also down in Africa. Namibia starts with an N, which is like nere, which means down in Swedish. I don't know, for some reason, I use a lot of those, especially for geography. I played a lot of map games, so no tricks for me. I have as well, but the way I started off memorizing the positions and stuff was with quite a few mnemonics. But hey, I did 150 biggest countries in the world in like 6 minutes or something, I think the record was. So I think I did pretty fucking alright on that one. Don't fucking start showing me capitals though. If you do capitals, I'm fucked. I'm almost at the point of like a stereotypical American when we start doing capitals. But if we do countries, I'm quite good at like at that part at least. I don't know, I should go over and start memorizing more capitals as well. Capitals and flags, I feel like I'm definitely not as strong in. I mean, I'm not bad. I'm not like horrible, but I definitely should know more than I do. Inventory grid. Let's see, we actually have a vertical group here. We do need to have some padding. I don't know if this padding is visible though, which is annoying. I can't actually see. I think if we do upper left and we do a padding of 1 on each, because I think 1 would be 1 pixel. And then from the top we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we put it in the upper left, I think that should be right at the edge now. Countries are all that matters in my opinion. That's acceptable for base level knowledge of geography. Yeah, I definitely think knowing the countries is more important than knowing the capitals. I would agree to that. Because like, if someone is talking about the country and you don't even know which continent it's in, I feel like that's less acceptable than not knowing like the capital of some small country somewhere. Because I feel like, you know, capitals are not as oftenly talked about. No one will ever feel weird/offended if you don't know their capital versus their country. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, just if I'm like, what the fuck is the UAE? I've never heard of this. Like, where's that? Like, I would assume that would offend you quite a bit more. Oh, look at that. That actually seems perfect. What the fuck is Stockholm, exactly? Otherwise, the typical one for us Swedes is that people mix up Switzerland and Sweden. That's a really common one. That's a really common one. I don't know how often it happens, and it's not even just in English, in multiple languages. Like English, which isn't really that close, you do see the resemblance, but Switzerland and Sweden is still pretty different words. But it becomes even worse in stuff like Portuguese, where Sweden is Suecia, and Switzerland is Suiza. Suiza? Yeah. Like, people always mix them up. Like, I'll be telling people I come from Sweden, and they're like, oh, you're from Switzerland, nice. Nice, chocolate and watches, right? And I'm like, no, fucking meatballs and furniture is where I'm from. Oh well, what can you do? A friend of mine when I was 8 made a painting for a Swedish kid in class. Wait, you had a Swedish kid in class? It was a painting of the Swedish it was a painting of the Swedish kid on top of a hill holding a flag. It was the Swiss flag. Oh no, man. Oh, I fucking can't. That's funny. I'm not surprised though. Like, I'm definitely not surprised. Ah, look at that. I think that's how we want it. So, 1 pixel away from the corner. Can we pick up more items? We should be able to pick up this one as well, no? Whoops. What about this one? No. Oh, that's because the scaling of the screwdriver in the inventory has not been applied. So let's make sure we apply everything we've done to the actual prefabs. So these overrides apply all. It was a good painting though. I think that makes it worse. Oh yeah. To be fair, it kinda does, doesn't it? Let's see, I keep on forgetting which one is the inventory item. This is the one I pick up, that's the inventory item. I think maybe we actually should make them the same size. Because I feel like this is very big for a screwdriver. It's like as big as the entire vase. There we go. Okay, positioning is fucked though. We have to fix something here with the grid. Vertical layout group. Yeah, we don't want the vertical one anymore. Unless we make this one small enough where we actually only have 1 row. But I'm not sure I want that, which is, I don't think the inventory is gonna need to be this big since we won't probably end up filling all of this. I think I might have gone a bit overboard. I wonder though, I am a little bit intrigued if it would be possible to use a grid layout group here. The only annoying thing about using grids is that, yeah, this is the issue. I have to set an actual cell size, which kind of works in some regard, but that does mean that I have to make sure that each item in the inventory is like equally big, which kind of does make sense anyway, but child constraint, flexible, child alignment, upper left, start horizontally, start in the upper left, spacing 1, 1. You see a cell size 100, this is way too big. Like how big are these ones? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we do this 10, 10, let's see how it looks. I think the issue here is that I might end up we might start scaling stuff in the inventory, which is gonna look weird. Yeah, that's definitely scaled, isn't it? No, it's not. That looks fine. And then we pick up this one. That one is scaled, fam. But yeah, the thing we can do here to make this work is to make sure that all inventory items fit on a 10 by 10. So if we go back into objects, if we make sure that all of these are 10 by 10, this one is 9 by 8. That means there should have been some scaling on the key as well. Did I just not see it? Oh yeah, it is. This pixel is taller than it is wide. It is indeed. So let's see, what are the max sizes we have? This one is 10 high. 10 high. So it does seem 10 is the max. How big is this one? 10 times 10. Okay, so if we just make all of these 10 times 10, it will be a little bit uneven because some of them are not... Oh wait, I can't even fit this, can I? Oh no, wait, it's actually fine because I can just make these go boom. And then 10, 10. Yeah. Okay, they're not gonna be perfectly centered and stuff, but this should work. Apply, go back, and then we go to all the inventory items and we set native resolution. Boom. Hammer inventory, set native resolution. Trapdoor inventory, set native resolution. Screwdriver. You are native resolution, okay. Now, let's see how this looks. Boom, pick up the key. And this screwdriver. I guess that might be fine. I do think we want a bit more padding though. We don't need more spacing, because some of them are gonna be too far outspaced anyway. Did I not fix the... Oh. Oh, the top. We need this to be 8. Does that look fine? Ah, was that me or did it look like the trapdoor moved a little bit? Yeah, it definitely did. The trapdoor 100% moved after I opened it. Something is not lined up correctly. Let's see, trapdoor under rug. The rug did look fine, but when we open this one, it seems like we move it. Oh yeah, we definitely do. 73.5. That looks like it's perfect, doesn't it? And the height is not 31. No. 29.5. That looks right. Okay, trapdoor open, big rod. Let's try again, and now the trapdoor should not move. So we pick up the key, use it here. Did it still move? I feel like that kind of looked like it moved. Something weird is happening. Is the scaling not right on those? Oh yeah, what the fuck? Okay, I think this one is not set to native size. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's why this number felt a little bit weird. Wait, what am I doing? You should be a high number, like 20. $18, 17.5, and then the height should probably be 4.5. There we go. Now it should be fine. Let's have a look. That's how it's supposed to look. Sweet. Everything seems to be working well. Let's see, which means that at least the inventory trapdoor key we can remove from the scene. And the inventory screwdriver we also don't need. This hammer is actually the inventory hammer. I'm still not entirely sure how I want to handle this. Either we pick up the entire hammer, or we do what I first planned, where you actually have to pick up a hammer head and a hammer shaft. Let's try that for now, just to see how it works. So let's say collectible. Let's duplicate this twice, unpack completely, and we're gonna make this into a collectible hammerhead. Wait, this is English. You would separate this, right? It would be hammerhead, I'm quite sure. We don't really do that in Swedish. We do a lot of this stuff where you like merge words together, if you know what I mean. It's like the complete opposite. As soon as you do something in Swedish, always make the word into a single word. If it's English, it's almost always separated. There are some exceptions, but most of the time. And then we do hammer shaft. That would be the term, right? Because a shaft is like, yeah, shaft, I think. Definition. Long narrow part or section forming the handle of a tool or club. Exactly. So you should be hammer shaft. Set native size. Wait, why is the native size 11.4? That's not right. What's the hammer shaft? Oh wait, this is the collectible item, so the size doesn't actually matter in the same way. That's fine. Let's see, hammer shaft. And then we should have this one should be hammerhead. Oh no, why did I make the hammerhead like that? Why is it standing up? We should probably switch this one around now. That's weird, like you wouldn't pick up an object like this. Oh, but it might also look weird if we rotate it. Let's see, can we not do this in Unity? How do I... Yeah, here we go, here we go. We rotate it like this, we do 90 degrees. I still feel like that's better, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Now, scriptables, we need to add a few more items. We need a hammer head. And we also need a hammer shaft. You know what I think we should do instead? Because right now, this is actually kind of bad. I'm setting the sound effect here. We might as well say that the sound effect should take from a sound effect from the item, right? Doesn't that make more sense? Just otherwise... No, I still just need to enter this one time, to be honest, so it doesn't matter. It actually makes no difference. Either enter it one time in the scriptable object, or I enter it one time here. Not really a big difference. Item name, hammer shaft. Collectible object. Oh yeah, we need to make prefabs. Object, collectibles. Both of you guys are going in here. Scriptables, hammerhead, collectible is... Why can I not drag and drop? I never understand. Hammerhead. And the shaft should also have a collectible item, which is the hammer shaft. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? And then we need to duplicate both of you. And we should make the inventory items as well. Which these might... We might have to make a new script here, because these items are going to be like... You're supposed to use them in the inventory itself. So it's kind of supposed to be an item-dependent clickable object, rather than a inventory item, I think. So like item-dependent inventory item. I don't know. Let's see. Because we do have inventory item. But all this does is to select the item. Maybe like crafting inventory item, because selecting two items, putting them together is kind of a low-level crafting system. So we just make that one like from the inventory item class. And then normally, if you just click it, you should always select that item, I guess. But if you have the correct item selected, you should merge them and then deselect the item you have. Remove them from the inventory, as well as spawning the new item. Oh yeah, this is going to be a little bit of work. Item, this is the hammerhead. This is hammer shaft eye. Wait. I don't need to do anything with the script now, because it's not really gonna... We're gonna have to change that anyway. We can give you the correct... Let's see. This is the inventory hammer shaft. Set native size. And then we have the inventory hammerhead. Set native size. And let's not rotate you. Boom. Now, we should be able to, if we, let's see, if we go to the scriptables and we set up the, let's see, hammer, oh, are you not, oh, I didn't make you into new scriptable objects, I didn't, but I haven't saved you, so we should be able to unpack completely, go to inventory items, make you into prefabs. And now, inventory item, hammerhead eye, and then the shaft, hammer shaft eye. We should at least be able to pick them up now. Nope. Why? Collectible hammerhead. Oh, your item isn't set up. Let's just do metal pickup. And hammer shaft gives you the screwdriver. That's not correct. There we go. Okay, now we should be able to pick them all up. Boom, boom, boom. That's messed up. Why did you scale so weirdly? Inventory, set native size. Oh yeah, the width is not right. It has to do with the art. What's this? Oh wait, these are the inventory items. 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh wait. I haven't even renamed these. Inventory key, inventory hammer shaft. Yes, I have. Oh no, inventory hammer shaft. Boom. Little sneaky bugger, eh? Inventory hammer shaft. Apply. Inventory hammer shaft. Apply. Boom. Whoops. Set native size. Boom. Now it should work how we want it to. Key. Screwdriver. Hammer shaft. Hammerhead. Fuck! Where's it now, fam? Hammerhead. Hammerhead item. Inventory object. Hammerhead eye. which has the inventory hammerhead, which is an inventory item. That looks right. I don't even get a debug log. We should make like little descriptions as well, because sometimes with the pixel art here, when it's kind of small, it's hard to tell. Like there's no way for player to know this is like a hammer shaft. So what I think we're gonna do is make something like when you hover over this item, it should pop up a little description that says like hammer shaft, basically. Because that will be the clue that, oh, maybe I can find a hammerhead and like merge them. But for that to work, we actually do need the collectible hammerhead to work correctly. How are you going to celebrate when we hit the 820 follower goal? That's a good question. For the 820 follower goal, I think I'm gonna say thank you all for following. Maybe for the 1000 one we should do something special. 24-hour stream with 24-hour co-op stream with Red Raka. That's what we're doing. That's the 1000 follower goal. You heard it here first. It's happening. Why is this one a bit rotated? Oh, it's because the Z is supposed to be 0, right? Apply. Oh, I think that might be the issue why it didn't show up in the inventory. No, it shouldn't be, just we still didn't get a debug log. Wait, am I getting paid for staying up 24 hours? No, of course not. What is the fucking issue here? Is something covering this one? Is it because this isn't applied? Oh no, hammerhead C is an inventory item. It's wrong. Yeah, you need to be a collectible item. Metal pickup, and the item is hammerhead. Add, apply. RIP. Boom, there we go, easy peasy. Yeah. Now we have a little bit of a cool inventory going here. Which means that we can remove the inventory hammerhead and hammer shaft. Now we need to make a way to create the hammer. How should we do that? Okay, wait. I think I'm just quickly gonna go and grab myself a cup of coffee. So I will be back in just a few seconds. See you soon. We are back. Also, holy shit, did you see how I actually... I think it worked. Maybe, I don't know. I did press my add button, because I guess this is one of those moments where it's kinda a good idea to run an ad. I don't know if it worked. Can anyone tell me whether or not you saw an ad there? Maybe I need to check if this button actually works, because I didn't get like a confirmation on it. Anyway, let's see if we can make the like craftable inventory item, maybe? That might be a good name. Which would be the new prefabs we made. Inventory item. So we have a hammer head and a hammer shaft, which... Oh wait, did I not? Oh, apply. This is... Let's say inventory item. Inventory collectible. Inventory. This is not right. But also this isn't right either. We can't have you be an inventory item. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new script called craftable inventory item. And let's see here, we might need a little bit of guidance here, we'll see. So this is going to derive from, not inventory button, that's a different one, inventory item. Craftable inventory item is a inventory item, which will gives us references to what? We will get a reference to an item and a sound effect. So the item is what item this is, which means that we need a way to check. We need a public item, like, which would be the other thing you need to craft the full item. So we need two other item references. One which is the crafted item. And what would we call the other one? I know that for the game to work this isn't super important, but truly, honestly speaking, I want to get good at naming stuff. I think it's actually something that's good to practice. And not only because it's good for the programming itself, it's also just, I don't know, I feel like it makes more sense. It's gonna be easier to read code if I name stuff correctly. So, the item is what this item is. The crafted item is going to be the other one. So I guess we do like maybe crafting ingredient. How the fuck do I spell ingredient? Is that right? That was... that is wrong. Ingredient. There we go. It looked off. It looked off. And then we need to... I think we're gonna override... Yeah, we need to override the on-click one. So, what do we do? Let's keep you guys in mind over here. I think what we do is that we need to start off by checking if you already have an item. So we do something like a... Let's make a void to like try crafting. And then another one to just select the item. So if that's the case, we call the default method and select the item. So on click, what we're gonna do, I guess, is check if inventory manager dot instance dot selected item. Any thoughts on the game you're going to play after this game jam is over? Not entirely sure. I have a few. I actually do have a little bit of a list here on Twitch for games I've been considering playing. I do one that might not actually be there though, that I think I would like to play, is to finish the Dark Souls 3 DLC, just that one I still haven't done. Otherwise, I have been really considering trying Undertale. I do feel like that could be a pretty fun game to play on stream. I feel like. So maybe we'll do a bit of Undertale. I don't know how long the game is. Outer Wilds, yeah, I did get recommended Outer Wilds as well. I think it was on YouTube when I posted my Portal playthrough. Someone told me to play Outer Wilds. So that could be cool. How long is... how many streams would you reckon I could finish Undertale in? Both short? That's nice. I do feel like it's pretty... It's nice having long games to play through as well. But sometimes it's nice to do like what I did with Portal. Like I did 3 streams and finished both the games. Like it... I don't know, it's nice just fucking smashing your way through a few games as well. Let's see, if the inventory item is not equal to null, then we should try crafting. If it is null, that means nothing is selected. So in that case, all we should do is select item. And the item is indeed going to be item, because it's the one that's on the craftable inventory item. If this is not equal to null, when you click it, I guess we should try crafting. And here I think we need to put in a parameter, right? And that parameter will be the selected item. So maybe a good programmer would do this here and say item selected item is equal to inventory manager selected item, and then you check if selected item is not equal to null, try crafting with the selected item. Undertale I think would be finished over the course of 2 days. Oh, if you go in blind into Undertale, then if you go blind into Undertale, then 4 playthroughs. If you go in knowing one thing, 3 playthroughs. Oh, do you mean like if you want to do everything in the game? Or like, do you mean, should I do 4 playthroughs in 2 days? Is that what you mean? Oh shit, it's way shorter than I would have expected. I definitely thought it would have been bigger than that. That's interesting. Yeah, I think Undertale might be a soon upcoming game to play. Try crafting, and here we need a parameter called item selected item. Right. Raka, my dear assistant software engineer, what do you think of this code so far? Is this looking... I'm really trying to get into a mode where I try to write good code, but it's fucking hard when you're... Is there anything like, just looking at this, that you would have been like, oh no, it's way better to do it this way? Just because I'm curious. That multiple playthroughs can be considered like one big playthrough. Oh, I see. But I can't do multiple with the same character, can I? Like, it's not like New Game Plus like Dark Souls. Like, it would be like I would start over the game, I assume. But then I guess it would be like starting it over and trying to do different choices, I suspect. Different character? Okay, okay. Code looks good? Sweet! Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so a software engineer just told me my code looks good. This is an achievement, and we should celebrate it. It's very abstracted, so not much to say. Okay, okay. Well, dude, I'll take any win. I'll take any win. If I write one line and you think it looks good, I'm happy. Okay, try crafting. What would we do here? We would check if the selected item is the same as our crafting ingredient, right? So, if selected item is equal to the crafting ingredient, that means that we have already selected one item, which is the correct ingredient, and now we click on this item, and in that case we should merge the items. And otherwise, if it isn't, I think we're gonna revert and just select the new item instead. Because that's normally what you would expect to happen. If you click on one item and then click on another one, well, you would change which item you have selected. But if it is the correct items selected, then we try crafting. And if that is the case, we shouldn't even try crafting. This actually means that we have successfully crafted the item. So now we actually need to remove both these items from the inventory and then spawn in the crafted item instead. So if we look at our inventory manager, we should have a function to add item to inventory. So in that case, for now, let's just do inventory manager dot instance dot add item to inventory, and that would be the crafted item. We should be able to try this now. What's up, Elilo Laptops? How you doing, my man? If beard is equal to yes, Medköpi equals Jesus. Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there. I did have a longer beard though. Fucking hell, it did go. I didn't realize until when I looked back on it. That's when I was like, holy shit, my beard actually was hella longer for a minute. How you doing, Elilo? Nice to see you, man. Okay, I think we should be able to try this now. All we need to do is we need to set up the actual objects. So that would be... What now? It would be... not collectibles, inventory item. Not hammer, but hammerhead. Exactly, you should be a craftable inventory item. Let's just do the select sound effect. This item is the hammerhead. The crafting ingredient would be the hammer shaft, and the crafted item would be the hammer. And then in hammer shaft, you are also supposed to be a craftable item, and we are basically going to do the complete opposite. So this is the hammer shaft, the ingredient would be the hammerhead, and once again, the crafted item would be the hammer. Let's see if it works. So now, also, just because it looks better, let's turn off the test light. Okay, so we pick up the what now? We pick up the hammer shaft, and the hammerhead. I can't grow that type of beard. There's more holes in my beard than in... Okay. No, I do have my little baldy spots here, otherwise it's aight. You're doing fine? Nice, man. Yeah, look at this shit. Like, back here, my beard was actually mad long. How the fuck do we... Can I not just... No? Okay. Like here, this is quite a bit longer, like it was fucking down here or something. Let's see, now we have both of these items, so if we click this one and then this one, boom, we actually get the hammer. Nice. And then we can try, now we did shaft and then the hammer, let's make sure we can do it the other way around as well. So if we pick these up, we select the... Let's also pick up another item, and then we take the inventory manager, so we can see what item is selected. If we select the key, that is the selected item. If I now click on the hammerhead, that should become the selected item. And now... Oh yeah, and that means that function is working. We can go back, we can go to this one, it's all fine. And now, if I do the hammerhead and then the shaft, boom, we still get the hammer, which makes it so that we can open the crate. Sweet! Also, seriously, consider Outer Wilds as well, but don't look anything up. Oh dude, you don't have to tell me. Believe me, I never look shit up. I don't know the last time I watched a tutorial, oh not tutorial, I mean a trailer on anything. I am the biggest trailer hater you will ever find, believe me. Like whether it's a TV show, a movie, a story, I mean if it's a gameplay driven game, who cares, but if it's like a story game or something like that, I don't wanna see anything, I really don't. As a colorblind person, I like the visual of your game. Sweet, man. Dude, I've actually been thinking quite a bit about colorblind people. Even in my other game, which isn't fully released yet, but in Memento Mania, it's the same thing. You can actually change all the colors in the game so that... Because this game is kind of about recognizing colors. So I made sure to give options to change every single color in the game, even the fucking cursor you can change the color of. And yeah, that was all for you, Lilo, I promise. Game trailers aren't the worst, but movies/TV shows you risk ruining the entire plot. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think game trailers might be better because they can show off more of the gameplay and try to hide the story elements in a better way, whereas like I suppose in a TV show or a movie, like everything, every scene is somehow, you know, related to the plot, so it's almost impossible to do it in a way where it doesn't spoil anything, and they kind of have to, you know, because in a trailer what you want to do, you want to show off the coolest parts, so you end up like I watched this many years ago, I watched this like trailer for a comedy movie or something. And you know, they want to make the movie look good, so what do? They take all the funniest parts of the movie and like jam-pack it into one trailer. So I watched that one and I was like, oh yeah, this seems like a good movie. And then I watched the fucking movie, and literally every funny moment I had already seen from the fucking trailer. So it wasn't even like a deep plot or anything, it's just, but they still ruined every single funny moment in the show. Or in the movie, and that's when I was like, you know what, I'm never watching a trailer again. It ruins this shit. It's not worth it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trailers in general, to be honest. Like I said, the games are better. Teasers I think are fine. Teasers a lot of the time are okay, because as the name suggests, they don't kind of like show you the entire thing, like they just tease you a little bit. That I think it usually works really good, but full-on trailers I feel a lot of the time show off too much. But you are probably right, Raka, in the sense that I feel like game trailers probably are better, but I still probably wouldn't do it. If I think a game is good, or seems good, I would rather just head completely blind into it. I feel like it tends to make for better experience. Wait, don't we have a function to remove items from the inventory? Inventory manager, remove item. Yes, but it only removes it from the inventory list, which I think we should be able to remove because I'm not even using this list anymore. So I need a way to like look through the inventory transform and check if the item is equal to this item, and if that's the case, we destroy the item. How would I do that? I would do something like remove. Can I not do like a for each here? Or is it better to do a for loop? I don't think it matters, does it? For each game object, item object in inventory transform dot transform. I think this is an okay way of doing it. If it isn't, feel free to stop me. And then we are going to. That's also funny. Like I keep saying, I don't like backseat gaming. I try my best to avoid backseat gaming, because once again, I like having like a full-on blind game experience. Backseat programming, I'm all for it. If you want a backseat code on my stream, feel fucking free to do it. I don't mind. I just want to learn. GTA 6 drops a trailer. You're watching, brother. Yeah, probably, to be honest. Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Elder Scrolls 6 as well. Haven't they started talking about them? Well, no, isn't that kind of confirmed, right? I don't know when. I think it might be like 2025, 26 or something. The worst is in the next episode, at the end of Doctor Who's episodes, they show the plot, the enemies, and sometimes a big part of the conclusion. Yeah, I hate that stuff too. Like, if I'm watching a show and it's like, oh, coming up, then I immediately skip that part. Because it's the same fucking... It's basically a mini trailer for the next episode, and just like you say, Lilo, what they end up doing is just showing everything that's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't like it. Because it ruins the fucking surprises, doesn't it? Even sometimes, when they show you like what has happened previously, even those can be bad. Because a lot of the time, what they do is that they don't show you everything that happened previously, right? They show you what is like related to what's coming in this episode. So if in the beginning of like a what's previously happened segment, if they start showing you like a character that you haven't seen in a few episodes, then immediately you know, oh, this character is gonna show up in this episode, isn't he? And then it fucking happens, and it's like a small little spoiler. So like a lot of the time, I don't even want to watch like the what happened previously part, because I don't know. I think I might be a bit hardcore when it comes to this thing, but I just fucking I don't want to know anything. I want to go in and have the full experience, right? For each game object, item object in inventory... No, for each... No. It's for each transform child in inventory transform.transform. We are going to... What are we going to do? We are going to check if child dot inventory item dot item, right? Because that is a, let's see, it's a collectible item, but it should have a reference to an item, which is the same as it is indeed. So dot item, if that is equal to item, then destroy destroy the child. .gameObject probably, yeah. Dude, coding sounds so weird sometimes. Destroy the child, I just said. Yeah. You have to show it. I don't know what that is. You know, you're not gonna see Cyberman. But yeah, you can definitely get spoiled by the previous thing. Destroy the child. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it sounds very weird, but it's basically child object that I'm not making it better. Let's stop right now. I'm just making it worse, aren't I? Someone call 911. And otherwise we're not really gonna do anything, are we? I think that should be fine. And now, in the craftable thingy, if it is successful, then we... First off, we are going to... This is also one of those things where, shouldn't I do something like... Yeah, this is what we do. Inventory manager is equal to inventory manager instance, and now we can just say inventory manager dot add item, and then we also do inventory manager dot remove item, and we are going to remove the selected item. We are also going to remove this item. And not only that, I just realized something we have to make sure to do as well, because if the crafting is successful, we actually need to deselect the item as well, right? Because otherwise you might still have an item selected that you currently don't have in the inventory, and there might be some weird stuff because of it. So inventory manager dot deselect item. Whoops. Transform does not contain a definition for inventory item. So that's in the inventory manager regarding this. Transfer child. What? Child dot game object dot. No. Child dot get component inventory item dot item. This should work, shouldn't it? Because that's the issue. It doesn't have a reference to it, but if we get the component, it should be fine. I think that seems to be working. And if it is, we can actually try the key first, because the key should also be removed when you use it. Boom! It disappears from the inventory. Sweet. And now, if we pick up these two objects, and then we merge them, boom, we only have the hammer. Fucking hell, it actually works! Sweet! Now we can open the vent and we can smash the crate. And that means we can also remove the inventory hammer from the scene. Don't need you anymore. Something we need to do as well is to make sure that we get descriptions in the inventory. I think that might be something good to do. Like we do need to have some type of description that tells the player exactly what the item is to make sure there's no misunderstandings. Let's see, I would say though that the physical inventory is basically completed. But what we do need is to add descriptions to inventory. You see how organized I am? Holy shit, who could have thought? And if you play music with the hammer, you got MC Hammer, can't touch this. That would be a fun Easter egg. Maybe we can hide like a radio somewhere in the room, and like if you select the hammer and use it on the radio, it will play you like a just like a second of that song. Ah, no, wait, we can't do that. Fucking copyright, innit? It wouldn't work. I would end up getting sued. Probably not worth it, is it? I do really like the light up effect of the inventory when you pick up items. Boom. Maybe it should actually be a little bit longer though. Inventory button, light, animator, animation. Yeah, because now it just lights up, immediately goes down. Maybe it should stay lit for a little bit longer. Just to really make sure that it's clear that this is where your inventory is. Record yourself singing it? Am I actually... Oh wait, another thing, how old is that song? Because aren't songs like technically... Don't music in general become like public domain after a set period of time where you technically don't have to... where like you can do covers of songs and stuff? Because for example I know that... what's that song called? New Orleans. My father was a tailor down in New Orleans. What the fuck is the song called? The House of the Rising Sun. Didn't that one recently become public domain? Maybe it's not even recent. Can't touch this. It was made 1990. I think that's too new. I think that's too new. Because... when does music become public domain? Oh shit! According to Google, it's the author's lifetime plus 70 years. That's pretty fucking long. So give it a little bit, I think. Yeah. I do think so. Oh fucking hell, that's way more than I thought it would. Yeah, I would have expected maybe like 50, 60 years or something, but... like, so if the author ends up living to 100, it could literally take 170 years until the song becomes public domain. Fucking hell, okay. That was a bit more than I expected. Did that work? It was a little bit longer, wasn't it? I think it can be even longer. I don't think it's a bad thing to be almost overly clear about this. Yeah. Now, like, you can't miss it. If you pick up an item, you're like, oh, what happened here? And you know that this is where you have your inventory. Where we now can, boom, craft stuff. Can't wait to play this game in 2000 or 2194. Yeah, if we want to add the song, that would pretty much have to be the case then. Also, something we should do at some point that would be nice for like the purpose of quality is that if you open the inventory, like at least if I select an item and like use it somewhere or I interact with another object, at least if the object isn't a collectible object. Like if I click here, I feel like we should close the... it should automatically close the inventory, shouldn't it? I do think that would be pretty easy to implement. Let's make a thing to remember it. close inventory of the, I don't know, new interaction. I feel like that would be quite nice to add as well. Because otherwise you basically force the player to manually have to, like if they want to do something over here now that's blocked, they actually have to go and constantly like close this one. I feel like it's weird if the inventory just stays open like this. Maybe, like I said, if you pick up more items, I feel like it might be fine. Oh, I actually like the crafting thing here. Obviously it's very simple for like a crafting mechanic, but I mean, it fucking works, doesn't it? Oh yeah, we have to fix the flashlight at some point as well, because this one has messed up where I can't actually click here. Something is blocking this one, and I don't know what it is. These cannot block it in any way. Is it a jump scare? No, but you're not... This should only block if you're actually enabled, right? Ooh. Ooh, the vent is very big, isn't it? How big is the closed vent? 17. So I think you should be no bigger than 17, and as far as I'm aware, that should not change the positioning of it. And I even think that if we open the vent, yeah, it should still work correctly. There's still something blocking the flashlight though. This doesn't have a ray cost, it can't be that one. These are definitely a bit big, but they are not active, so that shouldn't matter. Something must have a way to... This one is also way too big. Right, let's look at the closed crate. 35, 32. 35, 32. But this one is... No, it should be fine. That's not a raycast target. It shouldn't make a difference. As long as it doesn't have a raycast target, there's no reason why that should be able to block anything. This stuff could potentially block it, but this is way smaller. 9, 18. 9, 18. Light switch. You also don't have a raycast target. This one doesn't either. 34, 24. 34, 24. Box, but these are set up correctly, so they should not block it. 31, 28, 31, 28. Oh, is it this one? No, that should also be fine. 45, 43, 45, 43. What is blocking it? Oh, raycast target. Why? You don't even need to have an image. Because this one is turned off. Yeah, this is the issue. So we remove you. And then just for the sake of it, 155, 37, 155, 37. Oh, that's weird. I guess the positioning might be a little bit off there. Yeah, I think that was the issue. For some reason I had an invisible image on the trapdoor rug that was blocking raycasts. And also made sure that the front here does not block raycast, it doesn't. That's like the lighting effect on the... Oh, the door is very big and this is a raycast target. Fortunately, you were all the way behind, so it shouldn't ever affect anything. But that could become an issue. So let's make sure that we turn off the raycast target, and then for the sake of it, 3675. 3675. Boom. Apply all. Apply all. Apply all. Okay, let's. I think we fixed this now. Now we should be able to click here as well. Yeah. Nice. Now the flashlight does work as you would expect it to. Sweet, I like it. Dude, I'm happy about this. I didn't think it would be as easy as it probably was to set up the crafting system. And now we can basically continue. Now it's very easy to make more craftable items if we want it. So that's nice. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's a trap. We do have a few traps. Actually, in the game, we do have a few traps. Both the vent, the crate, and this one is technically speaking a trap, because they make noises which is going to make the enemy rush towards the door. But, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, this was going to be a little bit of a shorter stream, so I do think I'm gonna have to end it here. But like always, we will be back on Monday at 12 PM and we'll do the normal fucking marathon streams that we have gotten used to here on the Mad Sharpie variety channel. That's not really doing variety at the moment, because we are, as some of you may know, we are in a game jam at the moment, so we are a little bit pressed on time, but we're doing fine. We have 16 days and 16 hours left to finish this game. I think we're gonna make it. I feel like a lot of the most important stuff is done. There's a bit of like polishing left, and then just making the content, making the puzzles. I don't think I should undervalue how long it's gonna take to make the puzzles, because we need to make sure that they are fun and decent, you know? We're currently up against 10 people, but we'll see if everyone actually submits a game. We don't know, but I think this game could actually end up doing well. If you don't mind, just stay for a second and we're gonna see if we can find somebody to throw a little raid at. Let's see. Who do we have live? Let's maybe we should go over to someone new today. Fun, hard but not too hard, fun but not ridiculous, etc. Yeah, exactly. I think it's easy to underestimate how difficult puzzle making could be, especially for someone like me who, like, you know, I'm not really a conventional creator of puzzles. I haven't designed that many puzzles in my life. I remember doing a few crossword puzzles when I was a kid. I think that might be about it, to be honest. So yeah, we'll have to see. We have to do a bit of play testing and stuff. Let's go over to someone else who's making a game. We have Microraptor Games working in Unreal. So let's go and throw a little raid at this guy. Yeah, we'll continue a bit with this game on Monday. Continue doing a bit of polishing, adding maybe some more objects, and then we're almost at the point where we're gonna start developing the puzzles. So I think that will be fun. So yeah, like I say, even in some AAA games, there's ridiculously easy puzzles that get me off the game. Yeah, I think that's the danger. Like, it can't be too easy, but it can't be too difficult either. Like, because that pisses people off as well. I think there's a really fine balance you have to strike when it comes to puzzle making. You have to like create some kind of assumption and then like divert the player in a fun way. And yeah. I think it's gonna be difficult, but I think we can do it. We will see next week. We will probably start making the puzzles, so be there or be square. Thank you guys very much for dropping by, like always, and I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good one. Peace.